I was actually separating myself from the situation. I'd like to be within earshot. Hey, Dave, can you speak up too, so I can hear?
Oh, I ran into him before. He told me to move along before, said I need a peddler's license.
This is that guy.
There was another officer there too.
Okay.
That was before I had interacted with the lady and that other gentleman.
Perfect. Hey, David.
So basically,
I mean, that's not that.
okay, let's do that now.
Okay.
Hey, are you being detained?
Yeah. I mean,
Is this with reasonable suspicion or
I don't
probable
know what
cause?
to do. I was told I was allowed to be here, not, and I told him to write a ticket. He took my ID, and I guess he's writing me a ticket.
Okay, so you're being held with probable cause. What reasonable suspicion do you have for my ID? What crime am I being suspicion of committing? What crime? What statute? What statute? What would I be actually needing the ID for? Because you're about to infringe my Fourth Amendment rights if you don't have reasonable suspicion. So I'll give you my information, but keep in mind that you might be liable because you don't have reasonable suspicion. So if you're going to run my name, if you're going to do stuff, you got to actually start with something that's articulate and reasonable, that I'm either had committed recently, am currently committing, or I'm about to commit a crime. You got to tell me what crime. Or you don't got to tell me. You got to tell somebody. You got to tell the person, the court, the judge, that I'm going to ask for my rights to be restored under 42 U.S.C. 1983 for no probable cause or no reasonable suspicion. So I'm just saying, if you want to just ask outright, that's cool. But what we're doing is we're trying to save you guys. That we're trying to actually ask you guys to articulate first, so that you can maybe not get yourself in a bind. We've had this happen before.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I guess you gotta get the ID.
Okay, I don't actually have an ID on me.
Okay.
So wait, am I being? Are you detaining me with reasonable suspicion or probable cause?
First name, sir.
So I don't even know how or why I'm being detained. So I'm not being written a ticket, so it must be reasonable suspicion. Okay. Now that we've had that established, I'm required to give you my information, or I will otherwise have some sort of obstruction charge for impeding on some sort of investigation, right? I have to give you my information now. I just want to make this absolutely clear that you are making me do it, or I get charged.
Are you walking away?
No, I'm honestly trying to ask my brother questions, and
Right, so you've included yourself in this conversation.
well, I'm allowed to. He's allowed to. By the way, consult anybody he wants during a legal interaction, like his lawyers and his friends.
Maybe wordy.
I'm just deeply concerned that like some things might not get covered, and so he might not ask certain questions. And so if I overhear something, I want to make sure that all his rights are intact because he's my brother. Like I said, am I required to? If you don't even tell me that, I don't know what to do because I don't want to be discriminated against for giving up my Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate myself.
Bypass that. Why?
Well, he was answering the question. Other than that,
He hasn't answered my question. I've asked him his name.
You asked, and I'm asking if you're demanding it. There's a difference in wording, and I don't know which it is because I'm allowed to deny stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No, I got it. I got it.
You stand over here.
Okay.
Out of the traffic.
Okay.
And sit down.
Okay.
What's your name?
Okay. Like I said, are you asking or demanding? Because
I'm directing you to provide your name.
you're
I can
directing.
identify you because you've improved yourself in this instance.
Okay, but if I'm not required by law to give my name, I'm asking you, am I required by law to give my name?
You are now.
Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need to know. My name is William Kent Montgomery.
Your name is Kent?
Yes,
K-E-N-T?
yes,
Montgomery.
yes.
Birthday.
July 7th, 1985. Born in Fort Collins, Colorado, 80526.
July 7th?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's
Where do you live now?
I have a mailing address, 305 West Magnolia Street, post mailbox, that's PMB 221, Fort Collins, Colorado 521. So, detainment's got to be reasonably related to the scope of the stop. It's got to be short in duration. It's got to be pretty articulate. So, involving someone with themselves with a conversation, there would actually have to be something like a charge to articulate. So,
Keep your hands raised, just like that, Mr. Montgomery. Don't move.
is there,
Don't move.
I didn't say I was going to move.
Checking with your weapon.
Is there a reason to suspect that I am...
Officer safety.
Is there a reason to suspect that I am armed?
Yes.
How so? What can you articulate?
I talked to a female officer at Federal Heights.
Straighten this leg a little.
Just a little. What I was doing.
And,
Relax.
and so you never articulated as to how I'm armed?
2 weeks after I had ran into this gentleman here.
Wait, is that guy too?
There's other jurisdictions. It's a controversial issue. And basically, she had told me to try to move along, and I had talked to her about it. And it was basically this fall under statute.
So somebody that just sits here is suspecting of being armed, just naturally just sitting here? So how would one know that one is like armed or not? Just by sitting or standing or coming over here and talking? Because that's another one of my rights that's infringed.
Right? I actually won a lawsuit.
Hey, that's a good answer.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he showed up. I mean, that's
I don't either. We asked to.
I like to exercise my right to freedom of speech right on the
Hey, are you still detaining me, or am I free to go? Can you articulate as to why you need me to be here still, be detained by you still?
Put your hand up.
I'm not required to.
Take my hand.
I'm not required
Take
to.
my hand. Stand up. Walk over your brother so I can talk to you both at the same time.
So I'm still being
Hurry
detained.
up.
Still being detained. Okay. I just want to know where we are,
Can you hear me okay?
because it's really hard.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Please don't interrupt.
Okay.
This is the second time I've talked to you. We have talked to you numerous times, you told me?
Just once.
You just told me I talked to you, a code enforcement officer talked to you,
how you
and
worded
a female
it. It was
officer.
only you once. Yes, it was a
Okay,
female officer.
this
twice,
jurisdiction,
and-
the Federal Heights Police Department jurisdiction, our law enforcement has spoken to you numerous times.
Yes.
Okay, two things. No soliciting. That's a public area right there. It's at the intersection. Okay?
Okay.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm absolutely.
Good.
Yes.
It's at an intersection. It's
Okay.
distracting
Okay.
and it's illegal. I have told you this already.
Okay.
Okay? Because you're the one who's got an issue out of Florida. Or is that somebody else?
No, that's somebody else.
All right.
I'm born
But
and
you
raised.
heard me the first time.
Yeah.
When I discussed it with you with my sergeant.
Yeah, it was a peddling license. You were saying.
If you're going to solicit in Federal Heights and it's going to be legal, you got to get a peddler's license.
Okay.
You got to go to the city hall for that. You have to take notes, records of your income, because that's what it is.
Okay.
And you got to pay taxes to the city for doing that.
So go
Am
to,
I clear?
yes, go to the Federal Heights Municipal Building.
Yes.
City. Okay. I'll
I have
gladly
never
do that,
heard of
actually,
anybody
yeah.
being issued a peddler's license for your soliciting action. Okay.
Okay. Let me for this time. If it gets denied, okay.
But this is what, strike 4?
Minus that lady saying.
So,
Okay.
so basically,
3 seconds.
failure to comply on a
Uh,
lawful order is what you're telling me. I don't
In
think,
essence, sure.
given our conversation that we've had, this whole entire contact, you gentlemen are smarter than that. So, are you doing this on purpose to be disorderly, or are you just trying to make it through the day?
Can I-
Yeah.
That'd be
Now
sick.
that's a question. Answer it if you wish.
So far, we have received inconsistent answers from the same officers or different officers of the same jurisdiction.
Is there any question about what I'm saying to you now?
I'm disabled.
There's actually a lot.
Go. What's your first question?
Well, that's the question: is this something that we need to write a ticket for so we can discuss the
I
variables
can write
in
you a
court?
ticket right now for disorderly and failing to comply
Well,
for
okay,
lawful order.
So
Okay.
that's where we'll rewind back to the different number of times that we have received information from you guys, just like other jurisdictions have done to us, has been inconsistent. Every time we take the information you give us, we go look it up, we research what the definitions of things are. We looked up the definition of peddler's license. We got a different answer and a different reaction and an entirely different experience from the last officer that was here. And now we're getting another different, but different from the first, different from the second, from you now. So the reason why we want to
I guess
honestly
we're
ask
clarifying it.
for a
that-
ticket is because the ticket is like one of those due process things. You know, we don't want to go to jail. We honestly really are in need of general help. Just
Yeah.
we're homeless. We lost our jobs
Been
in places.
disabled for years.
And that's why I'm trying
And
not
then-
to write a ticket.
but
okay?
the other thing-
I feel and empathize with your situation, but you can't stand on that street corner in Federal Heights and ask for money.
See, that's where we consider
So I'm trying
the
to use my
finer
discretion.
Well, that's where we consider the finer details to be potentially different in court, where we believe that that isn't in violation of law.
We were reading
and
an
we
ACLU
actually just need a
article
ticket
about it,
so that we
that's
can,
all.
so your lawyer can talk about it with us.
I mean, we'll
so
show
the
up in
judge
court
can.
with this,
We've
Is
had
that what you'd rather do?
I've already been to court over this. Technically,
well,
in
the
North
point
Lake,
is,
like I was
I'll
saying.
answer
And how
the.
did it work out in North
I
Carolina?
won actually, and it was eerily similar to this.
I'll answer it this
Okay.
way.
And what
The-
was the ruling? How did the judge rule
It was a
in terms of
soliciting
his,
ticket,
in terms of
and
his reasoning?
it was a lady, and she. It was actually the prosecution. She had dropped it before we even went to trial because I had told them, showed the map that we checked beforehand that it's private property, and that she didn't comply there, and pretty much died it there. So I didn't really get to the argument that what I was doing was not soliciting or freedom of speech. But
The best way I can describe it is if we continue to have these types of conversations out here, we've seen this type of thing go this way in the past, where there's no due process of a move along, and you don't want to arrest it. You don't want to be arrested, and so we want to kind of go forward where we can not be on this corner because you say we're not supposed to, but we can know that if we're going to be moved along, that we have our rights to fight to see if it really was illegal or not, because we've done our research and we're really concerned because you think otherwise, but that's
They
why
give you a card.
you have the opportunity to write a ticket. If you don't write the ticket,
This is the address of the city hall.
then you don't.
Okay.
This is also the address of the police department on the other side of the building.
Okay.
This is the event number that you can refer to if you need to.
Okay.
This is your driver's license or ID. This is your driver's license.
But if we don't get moved along with some sort of ticket for some sort of protections for repercussions, then there's nothing that we have for us if we move along in case you're wrong. And we're not
Again,
charging
I have
you with
no
being
problem
wrong.
with the judge telling me I'm wrong. When I get a
Exactly.
call
Exactly.
to have somebody stop doing what they're doing, or because I've had calls for somebody to stop doing what they're doing, I try to contact you and say, hey, could you stop? And when you say, I want my due process, we got to go through this. I still don't know why we have spent 20 minutes doing this when all you had to do was say, sorry, you'll be on your way. Because this is the 4th time you told me that you've done this. Which means that you've probably done that 10 times sitting on that corner.
I guess, I mean, we try to be polite to people. It's weird. Not many people take tickets. We don't mind. Only on issues that we know, or, you know, we like to fight it.
I think we
like,
go.
I went to the courtroom with some guy fighting over 20 miles an hour in school zone, and he lost anything. But, I guess the move along is the proof that it's the fact that I have to. It's the same as a ticket, essentially.
It's the same as pleading guilty.
It's not. It's not.
And
the
so
same
he's
as a
pleading
ticket
not guilty.
because it's a summons for court. And if you have something better to do than go to court, then I'd rather let you do that.
Yeah.
But if you think that some wrongdoing has been done and you need to talk to the judge, you can still do that. It's just that given your employment situation and your lifestyle right now, I don't feel like the potential of giving you a citation, taking up your time, because I think the fine could be as high as $500, and it doesn't sound like you need a $500 bill right now. It sounds like you just need
But that's the gamble if it's not correct. If
Yeah.
I've won it before.
If we happen to go to court and win, which is why we're trying to do this, is that we're trying to exercise our right to be on that corner, like we have elsewhere.
okay, well, you can't be on that corner because it's in the middle of an intersection.
Like we said, we're willing to go to court with. Actually, to be honest, we're willing to go through the elements with you, but it's really unfair for us to do that because it's kind of an intellectual theft because of the fact that you could learn as you're live still detaining us, when at this point we should have
Right
had
now,
us.
you're not detained. We're just having a discussion.
I did not know I was not detained anymore. So this
Sorry.
entire time I've been feeling I've been detained.
Okay.
And so if we're not going to have citations
Once I
written,
gave him back his ID,
oh, okay,
it's all you.
okay. Well, the point is that we want to go through the elements. We would love to. We can do it right here with you, but we don't have any protections, and there's no way that we can get the real big wigs involved that may need to be for something like this, because the definitions of here and here, and maybe passively holding a sign isn't part of the definition of your statute of peddling and soliciting. When we looked it up, we tried our best with our knowledge of law and so forth to piece it together. So we're almost just asking for an impasse. Give us a ticket. We won't come back here until that ticket's
that's
resolved.
settled.
That way it's kind of, due processy. But we want to find out if that's really, really, really for sure what we should be being moved along for. So we kind of need the ticket. If you claim.
You got a rough life.
You really want me to give your brother a ticket?
I don't want to say this, but our track record is pretty good. We're up to eyeballs in legal paperwork
Right now.
already, so
Right now,
it's no
I'm not
it's no
gonna go
extra.
with the soliciting. I'm gonna go with the fact that he wasn't crossing the street.
Well, keep in mind that
Because it's an intersection right there. He's in the middle of the curb. He's just hanging out. And when I talked to him to move, he refused.
okay, so
That's where I'm going right now.
you say it one more time. I'm confused. Okay, so this isn't about soliciting then? That we weren't being
It is
detained about
also about
soliciting.
soliciting, because that's basically what he was doing.
I've heard that before. It's where you can't walk across the street and just hang out in the middle of it.
Because that's what you were doing. You're hanging out in the middle.
The meeting, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So across the street or done.
Okay.
Now, this is which meeting? It's this one.
Yeah, that one right there.
Okay, that one.
Where,
And it's this crosswalk right here.
Yes.
Okay. And you detained my brother because you had reasonable suspicion or
No.
probable cause.
Probable cause.
Probable cause to issue some sort of solicitation or peddling, or in this case, not crossing the street, blocking traffic, so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Okay.
peddling, solicitation, not crossing the street, refusal to obey lawful order.
So it's on.
Yeah, because.
Can you show us your map for this property? Because jurisdiction is like element number 2 of the 6 elements required for, or however many elements there are usually. There's a lot of them for every single type of charge. So this is why we kind of wanted to go through these elements live with you before you detain us. There is a map that we checked. We use maps. We've also been told by other officers that that's private property too. So we don't know what to do. So that's why we're starting with you. We were going to start
But
with
he
the
did
judge.
say because it's an intersection.
Well, keep in mind that that's not a median. That's not a road, and that's what he had his whole charges dropped on. Even though it's not the exact same case, it was marketplace, which they admitted was private property. Kind of like one of the officers here
They even tried to
admitted that it was
say-
private property that she would otherwise get a business owner if she needed to remove me around. So that was the previous lady officer. So we have half the officers think that it's private property. The other half of the officers think that it's public property enough that that's a road, that some sort of maintenance contract of traffic laws applies to. If that's the case, that's the same thing we need to go to court over to describe why he can't do whatever it is you won't let him do over there. So if you want to write that ticket, that's where we're concerned, and that's why we need to get a judge so that we can basically subpoena surveyors and maybe your GIS department. We've had to do this in Fort Collins, and there's other departments where we can confirm, which I've used your tools, and I haven't actually confirmed with like surveyors, but I've confirmed with your tool. Like if we go to your patrol map right now, I'm pretty sure that that's private property. And if not, I'd actually be really interested to see how definitive
It doesn't
your
matter
proof
if
would be
they're
otherwise.
licensed.
Well, no, that's the thing. If it's a peddler's license, we need a ticket so that we can get that, so that we can get the due process, so that we don't have to be moved along if we don't have to be. So whatever it is, you need to write us.
Ready for this?
Just need to write us.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yes.
You want me to write your ticket. You would rather have a citation.
Yes, that's fine. It's like
Plus-
it's not the first time I'll probably be homeless in my life. What if I'm like 40? Get assaulted out of my bed.
Plus, there's like constitutional rights that are invoked, you know. So the question is, if you can't be there because it's in like a traffic crossing the street type thing, but then you also can't be there for a peddler's license, if that happens to be the case, then that sounds like you would need to get written 2 tickets to make sure that you can still have the due process to get back on that street corner. Ultimately, if you needed to.
So, soliciting / peddling / being in the median.
So there's 3 tickets.
I mean, it seems kind of weird to get it disobeying a lawful order, kind of confused on what the lawful
Well,
order is.
they never moved you along
Officially, so-
officially.
It's kind of confusing, I guess, for that one. Also, it's weird that multiple municipalities have different, like if I'm doing the same thing just over the street and they allow it, what makes it so criminal here?
I think Westminster has a peddler's license. No, they have a solicitor's license. I mean, solicitor law too. I mean, it's all up for debate what exactly it is you're doing, if it's wrong or not. So. Is this private property?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know? Just kidding. Wow. Good job.
If you've forgotten, like that. You don't know.
Yep.
Sit down. Two steps forward toward your center. Feet on your back. Get that.
Oh, sorry.
Thumbs together. Spread your feet. You're up. Trespassing. Sit and listening.
I've never been talked to by any private property owner ever. Okay.
No formal warning.
No formal warning on it?
Am I not being detained anymore? May I ask why you gave him a custodial arrest versus a non-custodial arrest?
No.
So you're not gonna just write him a ticket? He's not a flight risk. Can you describe how he is a flight risk? How he doesn't deserve?
Remember your first question?
I don't.
You don't remember your first question?
It's been a while. So you're not gonna answer my questions. Thank you, sir.